People, we are back. Now, what we're going to talk about today is really more about how the Democrats and the left not only pander, but I genuinely believe this is a philosophy they have. So we'll go into all of it, but Fetterman is a prime example of what we're going to talk about. So stay tuned. We shall be right back. So, in an effort to be more cool, we are going to play for you a montage. A montage, because this montage is a beautiful montage.
What a montage.
It'll exemplify one very major thing. And I don't know how many people have seen, I know we call them this, but I don't think we really realize that that is their target audience. And not just the target audience, but that's who they become once they join the same rhetoric, you know, in their life. So let's watch. Go ahead and press play on that, sir.
Roll the tape.
Holy shit, you guys! I'm driving your car, but I just got a notification that Ruth Bader Ginsburg died! Could this year get any f***ing worse? Ruth, you just had to make it to 2021! God! To people that are pro-life, I f***ing hate you! Why can't women have abortions? I'm just on the pro-life side, driving down the road, I'm in a dislocation, and I was trying to say, all you people are you're so f***ing stupid! I get it. I don't like the two-party system. I think our country's corrupt, and quite frankly, I don't want to vote for Biden. It feels like voting for a Republican. But I'm gonna do it! You wanna know why?
Why?
Because the alternative is a fascist! A fascist is a fascist! Maybe we can have the conversation about dismantling the two-party system when a fascist isn't running! Maybe we can do that later, kiddo! Champ! Sheath! Maybe we can talk about it later! I could feel pain before I was born. It's a baby. I was born, and I can feel pain. I wish I wasn't born. You're stupid, and I wish I had been aborted.
I have not felt this amount of sinking despair since November of 2016.
Donald J. Trump is now president.
My favorite lady right here. And the look around is my favorite. When she does this.
Yeah, she had to make sure everyone's watching.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Phooey. I have never seen bleeping like that.
I was violently, physically ill the day after the election.
Why? Why?
Loud noises!
I'm honestly shaken to the core of fear.
What have you got, Derek? Nothing! You've got nothing!
Regularly puff.
She ran out of energy there.
She worked up a sweat.
No bounds!
Oh man, that was great. Woo.
So the reason I wanted that to be aired is
Oh my god.
it'll make sense in a minute. It will. It'll make sense in a minute, guys.
I'm sorry. I gotta leave. Wow.
Wow. It'll make sense in a minute. Listen to me now. Listen to what I'm about to say. Many people believe that that is the rare few on the left. It's not. Like, no, she's not. They're not the rare. This is 90% of the people on the left. They have something not right up there. It's so bad that they put people in power behaving like that. I saw one recently, a lady, a congresswoman, I think she a congresswoman. We love trans people,
Yeah, I saw that.
and she's just going off. That's her entire speech. But I think the guy we really need to focus on, who has probably the most intelligent sequence of words ever put together outside of Kamala Harris,
I agree.
is John Fetterman.
Yes.
John Fetterman is a well-spoken, brilliant young man.
Yes, he is.
I have never encountered anyone quite like John Fetterman.
Same here.
And if you hate John Fetterman,
You're
wow.
racist.
Yes.
Wow. Just
Or you're ableist.
He's a scholar.
Which is it?
He's a genius.
genius.
A saint.
I mean, he reminds me of Aristotle. You know, when
you met
listen-
Aristotle at one time, yeah.
Yeah, at Aristotle at one time. You know, when you read Aristotle's words, it's poetic.
Did we show them what we mean?
Yes.
I think
want you guys
think
just
yeah.
the
I think
level
we
of
should show
brilliance
them.
is Albert Einstein. Like,
Yes.
you
Oh,
just have to say
there's not
so.
much rivaling John Fetterman.
And
Okay, I lie.
Tesla.
There is
Nikolai
one guy.
Tesla.
There's one guy
Ooh,
better than
yes.
Fetterman in intelligence.
Okay.
Joe Biden.
Thank you
That
so
man
much.
is good.
I
Have
didn't
you
want
not
to
heard? You know, have you not heard Biden string sentences that are so
Yes.
compound and awesome?
I
I
agree.
mean, gentlemen, can I just say how amazingly brilliant True International of the Pressure is?
Oh,
Just kiss.
Can we get a golf clap in the audience, please? I love Joe Biden.
but I think
You know,
we need to
I-
listen to Fetterman.
I actually read his book, but the one below him, I actually wrote a dysentery on him, and I got an A
One
plus
fish,
on it.
two fish, red fish, orange fish. Okay.
All right. We're gonna roll the tape.
Roll the tape.
Roll the
Bring it up, shall you? Bring it up. Sir. I'm curious about that.
Okay.
I'm really curious. One fish, two fish, red fish, orange sack of shoes. 1.5 is $1. You didn't share the screen yet.
And his chin beard is.
Where's the screen, bro? You got to share it for
Oh
us.
shit! My fault.
He's behaving like
Jesus,
he's
I got
behaving
ahead of
like
myself.
Fetterman.
Yes, I was. I had a Fetterman. I had a Biden moment.
You pulled a Fet.
I had a Biden moment. That's a new term. I pulled a Fet. Hey,
I made a
Oh, we're
Fet.
using that.
That was
Yeah.
a major Fet right there.
oh, man, you fed it up. Right?
T-shirt. What the Fet?
Oh, yes.
What the Fet?
That's it.
Oh, yes.
That's it.
Yes. All right, here we go. You guys ready?
My new T-shirt. What the Fet?
What the Fet?
And on
is
the back,
going on?
one fish, two fish, three fish, orange
Fet.
shoes.
That is. Oh, dude, that's it.
Oh man, you ready? We're gonna roll the
Go
tape.
for it.
We're gonna-
Let's go.
We're gonna roll the tape.
Full screen, sir. Full screen, please.
Can I, on the,
Go for it.
the last one?
Last one.
So I'm the last guy. So there's not much left on the bones after, over 2 hours of going back and forth. And in fact, I've heard some of my colleagues actually heard that they went to go to Hawaii's after there was a crash
Hawaii's.
of your bank. And I couldn't believe it. So I went up on the internet and it's like, it did happen. It did happen. And that's in Fortune. The second biggest bank in U.S. history collapsed and
Claps.
chose to go to Hawaii on that. Yeah, I've never been to Hawaii, and neither has my family. I guess I haven't crashed a bank.
Oh,
Yeah. So given that I'm the last person, I don't have much left to ask, but I will. Let me ask you this one particular question to put to everyone here on that. And is it an inside joke? No matter how incompetent or how greedy, the government will always bail you out when your bank crashes.
Mhm.
I mean, everyone has to know that, right? Everyone has to realize that no matter how bad I behave, no matter how big my race is, my bonuses and everything, we will come in and bail it because we can't crash the economy, much the way SVB was argued that it was going to crash. Do you believe that it's a running joke in the circles of banking that no matter how bad we behave, we're gonna be pulled, we're gonna be saved?
Okay.
Take it, anyone.
Senator, I don't believe that's the case.
You really? Because every bank, you seemingly that crashed. It's like, hey, we
The
could bail
delay is
them
like
out.
a 30
Hey, this one,
second load time on his brain.
Crash. We'll bail them out. So far, everything's been true. So doesn't it feel that now, if a bank really believed that they wouldn't be bailed out, now after bailing them out, these couple of bailouts, they are going to? Do you believe that is not outrageous? That no matter how deplorable your performance is, you are made as whole, and all by test papers. So what do you
Had to write that one down.
I did.
What if we didn't come out and bail out your bank? What would have happened?
So, Senator, I would answer the question two ways. One is, I think when people mostly talk about what you just said, it's talking about shareholders, and our shareholders lost their value. From a client perspective, I believe it was important and advocated for our clients to be protected. I believe the implications would have been significant. I think the ripple effect that could have happened in the banking industry would have been greater than was already there. I think small businesses would have been significantly impacted. And so I believe that was appropriate, but obviously I was not part of that process and that decision.
Is it staggering? Is it a staggering responsibility that the head of a bank could literally crash our economy? It's astonishing. That's like if you have, and they also realize is that now they have a guaranteed way to be saved by no matter by how.
Pause real quick.
Isn't it appropriate that those kind of control?
The whole time that Jeopardy theme song was playing in my head while he was talking. And doom 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 doom. Hubbity wobbity.
What's your question, Jay? What's your question?
I don't know, man.
Mother fetter.
Mother fetter.
I feel like I'm pulling a fet right now with how brain farty I am. Right? Just, I don't know how to process any of this.
You had a brain fet.
Yes.
What the hell? Dude?
I'm trying to follow along as best. I'm trying to be objective and follow along as best I can to what this dude is talking about. But I don't know where to land.
Even the guy that the banker that he was talking to is probably sitting there like,
what?
Okay, please continue. I just needed a breather for a second. Go ahead. Keep playing. I just needed a breather for a second.
All right. So everyone out there listening, if you had a brain fet, put in the comments that you had a brain fet.
Bro,
should be more stricter.
Put it back. Is that
prevent this kind of thing from going?
No, back it up.
We just go on and start bailing and sailing whoever bank.
Back it up. There's a line he made. I want to write down because it was so good.
There's
right there.
By how?
Okay, back up again. Back up again. 30 more seconds.
Isn't it appropriate that those kinds of
right there
be impacted? And so I believe that was appropriate, but obviously I was not part of that process and that decision.
Is it staggering? Is it a staggering responsibility that the head of a bank could literally crash our economy? It's astonishing. That's like if you have, and they also realize is that now they have a guaranteed way to be saved by no matter by how, you know. So it's isn't it appropriate that this kind of control should be more stricter? Prevent this kind of thing from going? Or should we just go on and start bailing and sailing whoever bank, regardless of how their conduct is?
What?
Okay. I'll give you an example. The Republicans want to give a work requirement for SNAP. You know, for a hungry family has to have this kind of penalties, or there's some kinds of working required. Shouldn't you have a working requirement after we sell your bank with billions of your bank? Because they seem to be more preoccupied than SNAP and requirements for works for hungry people, but not about protecting the taxpayers, you know, that will bail no matter whatever does about a bank to crash it.
What?
Oh,
Sure.
I'm confused. What the hell did he
Thank you,
ask?
Senator Fetterman. Didn't see any eagerness on the panel to answer your questions. Thank you.
Shut that off real quick.
Yes.
Bro,
Don't
I had to
stop there.
lean in to listen to what he's saying. I'm wearing headphones and I'm leaning into my screen to be like, what's going on here?
Okay, so we only have one more clip. I'll send it to you. We have one more.
Yeah, I
clip.
got it. Jesus. I'm not sure.
I got a new drug. One that won't make me sick.
Oh my God. That was painful.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
That was painful.
What the fet?
Mother fet.
Mother fetter. Don't
I mean,
fet it. Don't fet it up. Don't fet it up.
He was talking about SNAP and the economy and crashing and
and how?
And
So one last thing before we get into the serious section of this show. Go ahead and play that beautiful bean for these people.
Oh my God.
Ain't no amount of time could
Hold
be
on.
offered to that man to catch that.
Oh my God.
Like wrangling chickens. He ain't gonna catch them thoughts.
Them thoughts all over the place.
He ain't gonna catch them thoughts, man.
That thing's in his thoughts are in Narnia.
Right now. I don't think he even knows what his thoughts are.
Mr. Tumnus couldn't help him with that one.
He's like the lion, the witch, and the wardrobe.
Ass let me running.
And here is the captain, king, and commander of the left, the Democrats.
Now I want everybody to listen to this scholar and gentleman.
Rogue scholar.
Yes.
You know, to be, beginning this effort for 2021 is, I think we've learned a few lessons from last year as well. There's help being there to help clear roads, rebuild main streets, and so that the families can get back to their lives. That's what FEMA does every single day.
They do? What does FEMA have to do with this?
I don't even know what he's talking about.
I don't understand what he said there.
That's why he's being mocked.
But there's, there to be, beginning this effort for 2021 is.
I don't get it. Facts. Okay, so how many people believe that he has a mental problem? Honestly, how many of you believe he has a mental problem? How many of you believe that's Joe? First of all, let's start back. Who really believe that is Joe?
That's definitely not Joe Biden.
Doesn't seem like it.
Oh, shoot.
I want to know if that's Joe. I don't think it's Joe.
No. I mean, you got to look out throughout history, right? Throughout history, every political leader at a level like theirs has always had a body double. They always had somebody, to stand in for them. But I think we're at the level now where it's pretty freaking obvious that
Are they running out of options? Is that what's going on?
That's AI, man. I think it's a cyborg. Honestly,
they programmed that cyborg good. Then
no, they didn't. They got the code all wrong. They don't know which language to use.
That thing
if
is
it's English from the Asian side or English from the Chinese side.
It's still running Windows 3.
or they programmed it really well to make it sound like he's stupid.
AI, massive AI dump. Here's our problem. Here's a problem. We have a political party, that seems to cater to people who do not have a grasp of reality, one, but two, seem to believe that what life is, it can be navigated by screaming or making random incoherent sentences. If you look at Kamala Harris, same thing. Time is important. Things like that. And then laugh. Then you have Biden, who cannot finish a sentence. Then you have Fetterman, who has millions of sentences and mixed them all together to make one sentence. And then you have their minions, who all they seem to do in order to make a point is scream at you and say the F-bomb.
Yep.
So can anyone tell me what the Democrat platform or even the leftist platform is without mentioning racism, abortion, or the transgender movement? Name one thing that the Democrats push that will help America. Let me put it that way. That'll help America.
Oh, I don't know.
I have to put that. Yeah. No.
Cue the music.
Anything? Anyone in the audience care to answer that question for me? Name one thing that the Democrats or the left have in terms of platform that benefit America that does not include racism, abortion, or the transgender movement.
I can't think of anything.
No?
That is $1 million question.
I'm waiting to see if anybody in the audience can tell me what it is.
Jeopardy music.
Wait, there's no.
No.
Oh no, I got one. There was
no. We can't think of one. So let's ask this one then. Here's the clip. Here's the sweet side. We don't have a platform that they run on that will actually help America, but we do know that they have a platform that they can run on that will destroy America.
Yes.
Do sane people do that?
No. That's like, and what's sane, man? That's like for us homeowners or wherever you live. You bought all your stuff, you paid all the money for it, you established your domicile, and all of a sudden you wake up one day and just say, screw all this stuff. I'm just going to break everything up in here and I'm just going to burn down my house. No sane person would do that. You have to be insane to do that. So you are right. They're not sane and they're not thinking, and most sane people don't think. The biggest problem with the Democratic Party is everything they do is an emotional response to everything. It's not a logical response. So whenever they do something, it's an immediate emotional response. It's an immediate emotional way to fix it, which it doesn't fix it. It usually puts a Band-Aid on it and it doesn't fix anything. They don't sit back and really think about it. So most emotional people usually destroy things.
Do you think they can think about it?
Don't. Huh?
Do you think they're capable of ruminating on thought about it?
I'm not going to put a blanket statement out there and say all of them are like that. There are probably some in there are probably like, this is stupid.
And they're not them.
Yeah, but they're not going to say anything. Why? Because they don't want to be ostracized. They want to be part of the group. They don't want to put their name out their face. And the ones that do it end up leaving the party. Like, what's her name? Tulsi Gabbard. She's one of them. She was like, I'm out. Tor Fett.
Oh my gosh.
Fed it.
Fet.
Bobble Fett.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I like Torfets.
Yeah,
I like Torfets.
Torfets. I like that.
That's a good one. But honestly, though, people listen. The reason we're tackling this topic is because this is going to become more than normal. I'm sorry to tell you, they're going to start putting more and more people in office like him. Okay, with faculties that aren't all there. I mean, AOC is already on that board. Okay, I just hope she might speak a little more coherently, but she's not coherent.
Cap.
Like at all.
Cap.
Okay. So when you start
Cap.
looking at the trend here is this. You just have to believe that your volume will dictate your point as terms of right and wrong. If you're quiet, you're wrong. And if you're loud, you're right. Then if you have enough colors in your hair, you're right. If you push anything to do with murder, you're right. While at the same time saying that you are against it. That's insanity.
Yep.
That is what you call the textbook definition of insanity. Do I see a change in all? I don't see anything changing because they're going. If you look back at liberals from like even 30 years ago, they were not like this.
Yeah.
I've met liberals that were not like this. They at least were able to reason through, things. They could tell you why they believe what they believe, even if it was based on socialism. At least their premise was they wanted free things for people. That was their main premise, and however you get it, you get it. Today, they want all the free stuff. They want everybody to be equal while at the same time being richer than everybody else.
You're damn right. They constantly talk about the rich while being rich.
Not being rich.
And it's just like they'll push any candidate that has some type of issue. Anyone. It doesn't matter. And if you mention something about it, oh, you're making fun of old people. Oh, you're making fun of the elderly. And look at that. Like that, case in point. Should she be anywhere in politics right now?
She needs to be on bed rest is what it is.
She needs to go back to the crypt she came out of.
Wow.
I mean, look, and they still hype her up. That is abuse. You're telling this old senile lady, you still got it. You still got it. And look at her. And this is what
like Voldemort on the verge of disintegrating.
This is what they do. God forbid you call them out. God forbid you mention anything about it. You're going to be.
So I mean, we're looking. Right. So we're looking at the left and we're looking at the Democrats right now who are literally propping up people who like Feinstein, who can't operate fully, Joe, who we see can't operate fully, and Fetterman, who we saw can't operate fully. So what is this fascination with propping up people who are not all there and giving them positions of power?
Because people who aren't all there, who doesn't have all the screws, up there, are easy to manipulate. Fetterman, they can tell Fetterman anything, and he looks like that type of guy. You ever met that guy in a group of friends that'll just do anything? Man, get him to do it. He'll do it. We've all had that friend that would just do anything to try to fit in. We've all growing up had that person. That's a Fetterman. Fetterman's not liked, but he'll do anything to fit in. And they can be like, hey, Fetterman, we need you to get up there and make a fool of yourself and talk about this. And he's like, okay, I'll do it. You know what I mean?
Play the clip I sent you in the private chat there.
But that's abuse, though.
Yeah, and this is where you get to see it firsthand, okay? And people will say, well, they have the choice after. If we're going to say that mental illness is a problem in America, because people if you're going to say that, say it across the board. What you're going to see here, I don't know how you cannot consider it abuse of one, the elderly, and two, the sickly. And this is me being serious now. I cannot, with any good conscience, look at what she is looking like here and not have somebody intervene on the political spectrum to say we are taking your seat away.
Yeah,
because it is more efficient for you to not be on panel than to be on panel, and just when you see it,
I can get this thing to stop doing this.
Look, I watched it for a bit, and it's hard to watch. It is hard to watch.
All right, let me get past these commercials.
I have seen people in this state before, and the only thing that was coming next was end of life care. And they have these people trying to be in power. I remember just last year, she didn't look this bad.
Yeah.
She could at least get a couple of sentences together, but look, I don't know what to make of this except the fact that they are relishing this destruction. What do you do?
Hang on. My computer was doing some weird shit.
Well, it just goes to prove to me that the Democrats are a party of death.
They are.
And destruction.
You ready?
I don't know what she had. I think they said shingles is what there's. I don't remember shingles doing this to people.
I think she had shingles, or she got a stroke, or she took that, that thing, and it did that to her.
Ugh, jeez.
Ramsay Hunt syndrome.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
This morning about Senator Dianne Feinstein's recovery from shingles. Her office sharing the 89-year-old was also dealing with a number of previously undisclosed complications, including a form of facial paralysis called Ramsay Hunt syndrome and encephalitis, swelling of the brain. While the encephalitis resolved itself shortly after she was released from the hospital in March, she continues to have complications from Ramsay Hunt syndrome, her office telling NBC News. The Senate's oldest member, Feinstein, returned to the Senate just last week after missing 91 votes in a 3-month span. As she recovers, Feinstein has been escorted in Congress by one of former Speaker Nancy Pelosi's daughters, whom a spokesperson says is an old friend. Many prominent Democrats have been supporting Feinstein, and they need her vote, especially on the closely divided Judiciary Committee, where last week she helped advance 3 stalled Biden nominees. And though some Democratic House members have called for her resignation, her Senate colleagues in both parties have defended her decision to finish her current term, her 6th, and retire next year.
She should be accorded respect and dignity.
Right now, she is performing as a United States Senator, doing her job.
But Feinstein has struggled with elements of that job, missing 4 votes since her return, and appearing to forget her own prolonged absence in a rare exchange with reporters this week. "I haven't been gone. I've been working," she told an LA Times reporter. "I've been here. I've been voting." Feinstein has been adamant about finishing her term and participating in that key Judiciary Committee, where on Thursday, she sounded like her old self.
I was mayor of San Francisco for 9 years. There was no program more favorable with people than police on the streets.
With a debt ceiling vote likely soon in which every senator's vote could prove crucial, Democrats hope Feinstein remains healthy enough to stay in Washington.
Now, some of Feinstein's supporters say the concerns about her fitness and the calls for her resignation are just blatantly sexist. Former Senator Strom Thurmond, after all, retired at 100, and Republican leader Mitch McConnell spent 5 weeks at home this year recovering from a concussion, while Iowa's Chuck Grassley is just 3 months Feinstein's junior. All of them, of course, are men. Hoda, Savannah?
All right, Garrett.
And they should be gone too.
Yep.
They should be gone too. Chuck Grassley shouldn't be in there. Turtleneck shouldn't be in there. She shouldn't be in there. Maxine Waters shouldn't be in there.
Anybody over the national age of retirement, what is it, 65, something like that?
Some places 58, 55 is the other one.
Yeah. Once they pass that age, null and void. I don't care if you're the president. I don't care if you're whatever. That's the cutoff. You know what I mean? They got people like her and Mitch McConnell, these elderly people falling and having problems in the hospital. They still hold a seat. They hold up votes. They come back. Dianne Feinstein probably didn't know what she was voting for. You know, her aide was probably like, yeah, just say yes. Just say yes, you know, on the vote. These people need to go. And it's American citizens, and I'm going to blame them again, the boomers. God, I love my boomers. But there's a lot of these boomers out there who keep voting these people in. So you need to figure it out and stop voting the wrong people in. Get rid of these old people. Let them go rest.
I understand Trump is old too. I get it. He old. There's one massive difference between Trump, McConnell, Waters, that old Feinstein lady, and a couple of others. He is coherent.
Yeah.
And I mean the most coherent of any in power right now at that age.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever listen to Mitch McConnell talk, he could barely get words out himself. None of these Republicans that are old. Okay, let's compare some stuff. If you want to go do some research, it won't take you long. Go listen to any speech given by anyone over 70 that has been or is now in power or in Congress or in the Senate or any branch of government. Just go listen. Then compare them to the mental faculties of Trump. I'm not talking about his personality. I'm talking about his mental faculties. You compare them and you tell me whether or not he speaks or behaves like the age he is. Then tell me if we should be keeping people with less mental acuity in power. There are certain jobs you need to be 100% sharp for. Politics is one of the only reasons Feinstein is staying in there, because she has money to collect. This has nothing to do with what she is mentally capable of doing. She has money to collect. Our money. All of them. That's all they're doing, is just collecting a paycheck. She has severe mental cognitive decline. You're telling me that the left side of her brain just stopped functioning for a bit and now she can't think straight on occasion and she should still be in power making choices for me? Are you? What? No. Man, please. Look, I'm not fetting around right now.
No, we're not.
Right?
And it's the left, and you see people on the right do it too. You know, they get so comfortable with these people and they feel sorry for them, so they continue to vote for them, or they back them up whenever you say something that's true about them. It's true that she doesn't have the brain capacity to stay in office. That is a true statement. But if you say that, just like we said earlier, they're going to come out and say things like you're sexist. Oh, you're against old people, or you're racist, or whatever. So a lot of people refuse to say something, especially in Congress. They won't say anything because they don't want that label of them being sexist. But there needs to be a cutoff. There needs to be a cutoff. Hey, after a certain time, that's why you need term limits, because you wouldn't have this if we had term limits.
Yeah, agreed.
Do you think that would be actually the case?
Yeah, I mean, there would be a term limit. You only could serve for, let's say, 2 presidential terms. And if you're still young enough, like some of these younger guys, Matt Gaetz, even let's say AOC or whatever, if you're young, you have to wait a certain amount of time.
A term. I would wait a term.
Yeah, you have to wait a whole nother term before you come back and try to run again. It's not consecutive. So you can do what a president can do, 8 years. After 8 years, you have to leave. After another term, 8 years, you can come back. Now, if you get to a certain age, there's an age cutoff. If you pass that age, sorry, you can't run anymore.
You need to leave.
This is an embarrassment. This is embarrassing. Like,
it's a tragedy, is what it is.
Yeah, right. There it is.
It's tragic that you would have all of these, and the crazy part is that it is literally Gen Z fueling this kind of nonsense. I think Democratic Gen Zs are fueling this because they're like, yeah, feminism. Feinstein's old and she's a woman and she can hear us roar and present our cases, and half her face is paralyzed. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
The same thing with Feinstein. I mean, with Ruth Ginsburg.
Yep.
They did the same thing with her. She was on the decline, and they wanted to keep her on. The reason that she didn't stay around, as far as they're concerned, was that she didn't want to. She should have heard those unhinged people. Why didn't you just wait? Okay, you know what? I'll just put off death real quick. I mean, I know I got all kinds of medical issues, but I'll just hang around because you said so.
Yep.
Oh, we don't like Feinstein because she's a woman. No, she is mentally gone.
Yeah.
Nobody wants McConnell. Nobody wants any of them. None of them logically work through anything. They are there collecting it. The same thing that McCain was when McCain was running. Mr.
Yep.
You know, I'm telling you, and the same thing. He was
Nobody
gone.
wanted him. Yep. We didn't want him. Who is Mr. Poopy Pants? What's his name? Freaking the Penguin.
Oh, Nadler.
Nadler. He's another one.
He's another one that needs to go.
Dude's up there pooping his
criteria.
pants.
You can run, and from the age of 28 to the age of 50, you're done. Past 50, you can't run and you can't get in. Period.
Yeah.
For the president, 65 is the last year of your life that you can run and get in. That'll put you at 69. That'll be the perfect year. You're done. You can't run before 30. 30, 69, done. If they have you in before, and you have to have at least, I know they do some kind of cognitive test for the presidency, but Obama passed that. So how really good is the test?
It's not.
I mean, look,
Biden passed the test, clearly.
I don't think he even took it.
I don't Biden. I bet you if you sat one of those blocks that you give kids and they got to match the blocks up with the holes,
He won't get it.
Biden wouldn't pass. He'd be
That's was it Idiocracy?
Yeah. That's exactly what we're living in right now.
Yeah, we're living in Idiocracy.
Yep.
No, if you think that we're joking, we are, but that the left is obsessed with mentally deranged people. You don't have to look very hard. I'm honest. You don't have to look very hard. Everything from trying to tell me that you have no idea what a woman is. You're gone.
Ugh, jeez.
A man could be a woman and a woman can be a man. You're mentally gone. Joe Biden is capable. You're mentally gone. Abortion is not murder. You're mentally gone.
Calling pedophiles maps.
Maps. You are definitely mentally gone.
Mentally gone. Something wrong with you.
You're not going to sit there and try to convince me that your way of thinking is remotely logical. You want to ignore, and they're going to say, well, that's a social, my genitalia is not a social construct. I couldn't just get up tomorrow and stop thinking a certain way and I change.
If it's a social construct, let me kick in them real quick.
Yeah.
You're going to remember real
you're
fast.
a woman? You're a woman? Okay, hang on 1 second. You won't be able to feel this if I do it.
Wow.
Don't cry now.
Dude.
You're a girl, remember?
Yeah. You shouldn't be doing this. Yeah. I don't know. Just the world is upside down right now. You know, what's wrong is right. What's right is wrong. And it's going to continue until we, the people, and we're going to keep saying this, until we, the people, start being defiant and start doing opposite legally of what they tell us. Because then they're going to, if 300-something million Americans just stop listening to them when it comes to our lives and the way things are run and voting and everything else, turn off your TV, they got nothing.
Yep.
The only reason they have something is because we keep complying with their demands. That's it.
Yeah.
They say vote for them. No, you vote opposite all the time. You know? But we're going to continue to see this, and a lot more bad things are coming.
Well, because again,
anybody
like
seen
you said,
Maxine Waters lately?
She's probably
I
in her
haven't.
cryo chamber. What is that? Cryo chamber?
Cryo chambers.
Cryo chamber. She's in
Where's
there
she
just-
been?
I don't know. They're probably trying to get her clone ready.
She is. How old is she now? She is
76, 77.
Let's see.
Oh, she's up there.
No, she's up there. Yeah, she was born in 38.
Damn!
Holy.
She was born back when Kente was shot calling and big balling.
1938.
Holy crap! So she's 40
2008. She was 70.
So she's 80.
No, she's like
84
now.
She's 84.
In 2008, she was 70.
2008, she was 70.
What?
So she's like upper 90s now.
Hold on, I'm doing the math in my head. No, she's got to be like 87.
2008 is 70. 2018 is 80.
19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So she's 86.
She's old.
She's in her 80s. That's old, man. That's like Cleopatra old right there.
My mom's coherent. My mom is coherent, but her mobility will keep her from doing a whole lot. And she's still mobile.
I
You're
call my
old.
I call my mom old, but she's not. My mom's only 67 years old. And I'm like, you old. No, you're not. You're doing good. But like, think about their family. You know what I mean? If my mom was in politics, I'd be like, Mom, look, you're going to have to call it quits because I'm tired of looking at you on TV looking crazy. You just go and retire. Go and sit down. We'll make it work. But her family's probably back there hyping her up.
Who's that other?
for sure.
There's another old white guy and a Democrat. Bald. He talks really funky. He was part of them, and I keep forgetting his name, but he's a very, very. He has a unique look about him. Glasses, mostly bald, long face but fat.
Bernie Sanders? No.
Mm-mm.
It's not Nadler, right?
No.
Nadler. Glasses, bald.
I'll remember his name here in a minute.
Is he old?
Oh,
yeah, of course. Yeah.
Golly, gracious goodness me, my word. Yes, he's old. Dick Durbin's another one. He needs to be gone too. Chuck Schumer, he should be gone too.
Oh man, that guy.
Totally.
I can't stand him.
He was born in 1950.
Damn.
Jeez.
Oh, he's 70.
Bernie
70
Sanders.
Yeah,
Bernie Sanders was born in 41.
Whew.
Where's he been? I ain't heard from him.
Well, you can't hear him because he Okay, let's find out for sure. Mitch McConnell. What's Turtle Boy? Turtle Boy was
85.
born in 42.
Damn. They need to go and sit down, man. And you can't have these politicians that were in office during Jim Crow. They need to go. Y'all need to go. Get up out of here. You can't have them in office, man. A lot of these people, they were around during Jim Crow. Did a lot of these Democrats that were probably in politics and everything else, did they do anything to stop Jim Crow? No.
Of course not.
And here they are. They're still in office.
All right.
With Jim Crow light.
Let's listen to the oldest members of Congress. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, Senate. Ed Markey, or I guess it's Markey, 70 years old. Let's see. 77 for Richard Blumenthal.
Damn.
76 for Ed Markey. 78 for Dick Durbin. 78 for Angus King. 79 for Ben Cardin. 79 for Jim Reich. 80 McConnell. 81 Bernie. 89 Grassley.
Damn.
89 Feinstein.
Now, if you so Joe Biden's 80?
Almost.
Or late 70s,
Yeah,
almost
late
80, right?
79, I think.
Take Joe Biden, like Marlon was alluding to earlier. Take Joe Biden and Donald Trump. They're really close in age. Put them in a room and have them talked off script. No teleprompter, no paper in front of them. You get 5 minutes to tell us why you should be president, and you'll see a huge difference. You know what I mean? A huge difference. Put him next to Mitch McConnell. Put him next to any of those. Donald Trump next to them. Donald Trump is old, yeah, but
he's got wit.
His brain is still working. And technically, age is a number. You're only as old as you want to be, or that's why I don't celebrate birthdays, because that's a spell, an age spell. But you look at some of these people, they didn't age well.
No.
Okay, so one last hoorah. There are 18, I repeat, 18 senators who are 80 and older.
Wow, jeez.
There are another 21 who are 70 and older. Now, listen to this. 89, Feinstein, Grassley, Orrin Hatch, Richard Shelby, Jim Inhofe, Pat Roberts, Barbara Mikulski, John McCain. He's dead. I don't know why they have him on there. He was 86 when he passed. Thad Cochran, Harry Reid, Patrick Leahy. That's the clown I was thinking about, Leahy.
Oh.
He has been, listen to this, he has been in Senate for 48 years.
He's a Democrat.
I'm going to say this again. The longest running person is him, Patrick Leahy, at 48 years and 139 days.
So you know how much pull he has, being the most senior member? And so which party is the oldest party? When I mean oldest, I mean by who has the most, the bigger amount of old people? Is it the Republicans or the Democrats?
It's the Democrats.
Oh, okay. So that tells you a lot. They all still living in Jim
We
Crow
have a
days.
younger pool in the Republican Party. But
So
the
you mean to
top
tell
dogs in
me-
the Republican Party are old.
Yeah, that's true. So you mean to tell me that over the course of the last some 80 odd years, we've had all these senators exist in some of the most tumultuous periods in American history, between civil rights, world wars,
and solved nothing.
Nothing. And yet we continue to vote these clowns in, thinking that they're going to
The youngest is Tom Cotton at 46 years old.
Democrat. Yeah, Tom Cotton.
No, he's Republican.
He's
the second
the
youngest
youngest?
is Cory Gardner at 48. He's Republican.
I thought Matt Gaetz was pretty young.
So wait, hold on a second. How many senators are there in the Senate total?
Today?
What, 100? Yeah.
200 and something, isn't there?
Yeah, 100. It's 100.
Oh.
So quite literally, what we're looking at, what, 18, 20, over 30 senators that are over the age of 60 and up. And that's like, what, 2% of our Senate. And they're
going to
holding
run again.
And they're going to hold, and they're the ones making our laws, and they're the ones passing bills, and they're the ones.
That's right.
Matt Gaetz isn't in the Senate though. He's in the House, isn't he?
Oh, the House. Okay.
Yeah, he's in the House. Let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at that. Who are the oldest congressmen? All right, let's take a look at that. List of Congress people. All right, let's see here. I don't want the reason for living. Lifespan. All right, so we have Fred Upton he's 1953, 1950, 1949, 49, 43, 42, 41, 40, 39.
Someone asked how old Biden was. He was born in 1942.
This is crazy. This is all the reason why we're in the state we're in.
Mm-hmm.
People don't know when to quit. You got to know when to you got to know when to hold up, know when to fold up, know when to walk away, know when to run. But they don't know when.
Oh,
they don't know when.
Yeah, they don't, man. It's greed at this point. It has nothing to do with the American people, man. We've said this many, many times through a lot of our episodes. It has nothing to do with us. At this point in time, everything is a rich man's trick. It's all greed. I'm not saying everyone, but the majority, they're greedy. And as long as they're getting that inside trading, as long as they're getting all that money kicked back, as long as they got their freaking lobbyists paying them, they're going to stay.
And the rest are mentally deficient.
No matter how.
The rest are mentally gone. No, look. The topic is crazy people. I get that. But you have to be crazy to keep these people in power too. So it's still about being crazy. The agenda of the Democrats has always been mental manipulation and keeping people in a certain mindset so they can stay there. If I can keep you slow, I win because I can tell you anything I want and you believe it. Eventually, the things that you believe become your core belief and you will fight it to death.
Yep.
Okay? It'll become what you do. If
To
I
the
can
point
keep
of
you cornered
dying.
and isolated. Yeah, without dying. If I can keep you isolated. Now, you look at people like Fetterman, who we start off with, as hilarious as his existence is, it is more sad on the part of the Democrats to keep using him as a pawn in what they're trying to do. Because there is zero reason for me to believe that you have all your faculties when you're telling me that children under the age of 6, but no, let me be honest. Children under the age of 1 can decide that they're gay, non-binary, trans, while at the same time you tell me they have no rights. If you know they're going to be born, if you listen to me carefully, if you say that you're born gay, does the air make you gay? Or are you gay before you come out the womb? If that's the case, are you killing homosexual fetuses? You see how insane your thought process and how far back your thought process has to go to try and justify your stupidity.
Well, take that line of thought
he's not
and translate to every single one of their virtue signaling points. You're doing that to gay people. You're doing that to women. You're doing that to black people. I mean, it's all the same through line at this point.
Well, they don't care. They don't care about it whether or not it's
they
don't care
They
whether it's
don't.
real.
You're right.
No.
It's sensationalism. You know, they just virtue signal about a topic that pops up, but they never think about the other things like real critical thinkers do, and like Marlon's point. But you know, you have to look at Fetterman as like the village idiot. You remember, you know, the old village idiot when something happens in your little neighborhood. Oh, it was that little handicapped kid over there that did it. You know, go blame him. And that's what Fetterman is right now. Fetterman's the fall guy because if something goes wrong, they could be like, oh, he made a mistake. You guys know he had an issue. It messed up his brain. He wasn't thinking right. It's easy to push the blame. If something goes wrong with these bills that are passed, it's easy to push the blame to an elderly lady that's having cognitive problems, right? It's easy. You know, so they're like, yeah, let's put them in the forefront. They could talk. And if something goes wrong, we can just say, oh, you know, they were mentally ill. You know, they had problems. That's why he said that. So village idiots, man. The jester. That's what Fetterman is.
This is going to continue to get worse. It is not going to get any better. There are things that we will not be able to avoid here pretty soon.
Yeah.
Our only chance to break out of this is to stop electing these clowns. Like honestly, that's the only option we have at this point is to stop electing clowns. The more we put these people in power, the worse off we're going to be.
Yep.
If you're a Democrat, I implore you to stop abusing the elderly. Stop abusing the mentally deficient. Stop. This is what you call this is a whole different level of sickness to be doing.
Yep.
Narcissist. And people will continue to vote for him, man. It's like, for me, I don't care if you're Republican. I'm right leaning. I have to register as a Republican. I'm not a Republican, you know. I'm conservative. So, but I have to vote the party line usually. If I want to, if a candidate on the right that I like is there, he is usually a Republican. But no matter who it is, if they if they aren't following through with their promises, and even though I like the person, if they're not following through, I'm not voting for them again. I am not going to do it. I'm going to find the next candidate that speaks to me. That guy, I gave you a chance. Stop giving these people chance after chance to get it fixed. Well, he only had 4 years. Let's give him 4 more. And then after that 4, you gave him a second 4. Well, he couldn't do it in 8 because it was the Republicans' fault. And it takes so many years for it to transfer over. So we got to give him another 4. And next thing you know, you got people like Feinstein that's been there for freaking centuries.
50 years now.
Yeah. So she's old. She was back when Caesar was in charge, and she
saw the stabbing.
She saw the original 10 Commandments, and y'all want to put her. She got a picture of Moses parting the Red Sea, and y'all want to
took
put
a
her
selfie while walking through. I'm you're right. I want to touch on this next on Wednesday. I want your guys' input. These two on the screen don't know I'm thinking about doing this, although it's been in our conversation. If you guys are interested in this conversation, please let me know. Here comes the topic. Let me know what you guys think.
So the last thing Dr. King said to me before he was murdered, Martin said, you know, I sit here deeply concerned that I suspect we're leading our nation on an integration trip that has us integrating into a burning house. Most of the politicians I know of make promises only to walk into the places of power and then deny us. I guess part of the reason I'm here is to really look through the ravages of the Democratic Party and see if anything is really worth salvaging.
Now, did you see
Hillary's face? Oh my gosh. Harry Belafonte. Yes.
No,
100%.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a. I mean, I grew up listening to. I mean, it was a big thing. We didn't really consider what he was singing, Caribbean music, but it was it is. However, it took quite a large pair. A massive pair. No wonder he sat like that. It took some massive pairs to say what he said to their face and not care.
In front of a voting base.
And a black voting base.
Ooh, they were sitting there like,
so
Hillary, you know what to do.
What I'm proposing we do is discuss the merits of what he said. I mean, we kind of know some of it, but more so, I want to look at, say, early 90s to now, and I want to break down every policy that the Democrats have pushed and gotten through that aided, listen carefully, aided in a significant way the black population, that didn't bring along every other marginalized group with it, meaning gays, Hispanics, and any other minority. We need to try and find whether or not they have to keep associating being black with being gay.
Ooh, yeah.
That's
now,
a good one.
when you see the kinds of bills that are being passed, including the Civil Rights Bill, I think you will find some very interesting things out. So we'll piggyback on what Belafonte said, and we'll break that down, and we'll see by every law passed, by every Democratic president, whether by an executive order or through the House and Senate, that benefited black people alone. To the point of absolute help without bringing along any other marginalized group with it. Okay?
That's gonna be a good one.
That's gonna be good.
I think it will. I think it'll be a really good object lesson.
Marlon, I think one of the goals of the Savage Patriots being that we are majority marginalized people. I hate that term, but we need to try to change the voter base, get people to start thinking.
We do.
really get people to start thinking and exposing, because we are getting real close to election time. Primary, are coming up, all that bull crap. But if we can start really digging deep into the Democratic Party and showing all the lies, all the bull, all the buffoonery, hopefully we can change some minds. And that should be everyone's goal. Let's change some minds, because a lot of people are on the fence out there. They only know what they've been taught. They don't dig deep. And if we can dig deep and show them truth, maybe we can help turn the tide on a lot of things. I don't know, America. You let me know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we'll get to this on Wednesday, because I think once you see the breakdown of what, and I hopefully people, please, if you know any, and I don't care if you think this sounds bad, if you know any Negroes, bring them into the show to watch,
please.
I mean, I'm dead serious. If you're black, perfect. But if you know a liberal black, please tell them to tune in, because I think it might be some things that they'll hear that they have not seen or heard before, especially the correlation between the two that they're trying to make. Because I think I've heard someone says that being queer and being black is one in the same, or queer history is what they said. Queer history is black history.
Yep, I've heard that.
Is what they say.
Yeah.
I just tune in, hear us out, and if you still think we're bumbling idiots, fine. But we're gonna, like usual, bring some receipts with us to see if you still, can
Like,
talk.
if you think right, if you think we're bumbling idiots, prove us wrong.
Prove us wrong.
Prove us that we are. Prove that we are.
It's going to be very hard to do, but you can try.
Spoiler alert: you're not gonna.
You're not good.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So don't forget to tune in on Wednesday for that. We'll have a great show on Wednesday, and hopefully Cole will be back. But he had a family emergency, but I think he'll be back on Wednesday. So he's not gone. He's just has something to deal with. Mr. Lee.
So like, share, comment, and subscribe. Savage Patriots out.
Peace.